Welcome to another episode of Mothers in the Middle. Today, I have the profound privilege and honor to introduce one of my favorite ladies of all time, and that is my mom, Mama Rose, Mama Lou, as others call her. I hope that you enjoy today's episode as we dig in and we have conversation with my mom about her story, her experience as being our mom, and yeah. Welcome to another episode of Mothers in the Middle. Hi, Leslie.
What up, what up?
Hi, Mom. How you doing? All right, so...
Hi, Mom.
Hopefully you're feeling okay. Hope so. Yeah? Okay, so today's episode is very special for both of us because, well, for all of us, for you too, we are interviewing our mom. And of course, I think it's fitting. We had to interview our mom because it's Mothers in the Middle. She's our mom. We're also moms. So we thought who better to have than to interview our mom. So Mom, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So before we get started, we like to do icebreaker questions. So this just helps you warm up. So we're going to ask you a couple of questions.
Get out the Sunday, well, not Sunday scaries. Just get out the scaries.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you're like, what do you mean?
See her face.
Okay, so Mom, tell me right now, one thing that's bringing you joy, whether it's big or it's small. One thing bringing you joy. It could be anything.
Spending time with my grandkids.
Spending time with your grandkids? Okay. I think I need you.
I know. I'm like, it's not going to be any of us. Okay, Mom, my next question is, if motherhood had a theme song to explain the season of life you're currently in, is there a song that you're listening to right now that resonates with the season of motherhood that you're in? And if you don't have a song, what theme would you give this season of motherhood?
Like with a word.
With a word. Like, what would be the title?
Joyful.
Okay. So you don't have a song? No?
It's not just a song, it's literally, like a word that come to my mind.
You know what song I'm thinking of? English said you didn't have one? You used to love the song like, joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. Yeah. Yeah. So technically you have a song, but okay. Anyway.
I like your word choice, joyful. That's nice. That's nice that you feel that. Okay, so your word is joyful. And third question. Okay, so describe yourself in 3 words. And which one would your mom agree with the most?
My mom?
Yeah, your mom.
Well, okay. 3 words that describe yourself, but one of them, Chala Godelive would say yes. Or is one nanga?
I'm calm, I'm patient, and I'm caring.
And which one would Grandma agree with?
Patient.
Okay.
Yeah, you're very patient.
You're so humble. I thought you were going to say all 3 because she would say all 3, but
yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I agree with all of them. And, I'm going to give like a disclaimer. Our mom is actually not like the spotlight person. So, if we're like...
coerced her to do that.
Yeah. If we're like, poaching her a bit, you're going to like kind of understand why. Okay, but no, off to you, Leslie. That's good, Mom.
All right. So, Mom, here on Mothers in the Middle, we like to do what we call a confidence boost. So we're going to introduce you to our viewers and to our listeners. So without further ado, today's guest is the one and only, our Queen Mother. She is the most resilient woman we know, someone who has carried us physically, emotionally, and spiritually through every season life has thrown our way. Thank God. She's the backbone of our family, the voice of reason, the keeper of tradition, and the quiet storm that holds it all together. To many, she's Mama Rose, but to us, she's the queen of our hearts. It is such an honor to have you here on Mothers in the Middle. Hi, Mom.
Thank you. Like, we need the applause
So
emoji.
you really do. Like,
Post-production.
post-production or sponsor us. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Mom. So I'm going to ask you the first question here, which is, you've been a mom for over 40 years.
Which is crazy.
I know. If you had to describe motherhood in 3 words, what would they be? And think long and hard about this one. Yes.
Oh, wow. If I have to describe motherhood in 3 words, I would describe in 2 words.
Oh, okay.
Surprising.
And
Chaotic.
surprising or chaotic?
Yeah, so
Chaotic.
yeah. I've been surprised. I didn't really plan to have many kids. But God bless me with all of you guys. But to me, it's a big surprise. Chaotic, like each of you guys, have his own character, like dealing with different of you guys.
Waiting tour.
Especially dealing with Laura. Well, that it wasn't an easy task.
Wow.
I just got a bus here.
Okay, whoa. Okay, so Mom. Okay, sorry. I want to touch on one thing that you said. So you said surprising and chaotic, and then dealing with me. I think like I was saying earlier when we started filming, I said, I'm surprised that I'm like not your favorite kid because I should be. But oh my God, putting that aside, I'm not the favorite. I'm not anyone's favorite, but that's fine. Putting that aside, no, like the parents. I'm my husband's favorite. Yeah. I'm my husband's favorite, but I meant my parents. No, but putting that aside, do you
This is your therapy now.
yeah. No, but do you feel that like when you say surprising, is it like okay, because you mentioned like you weren't like I always tell you that sometimes I feel like you were doing a social experiment because you had no idea like do you know what I mean? You had no idea what was coming with having this many kids. So were you like, oh, it's gonna be fine, like were you like having all these kids to like so they can, because sometimes African people, you guys have a lot of kids because they'll take care of me in the old age. Was that your mentality?
No.
Or was it just like, I'm gonna have all these kids or I had all these surprise pregnancies and then I'm just winging it? Like, can you just walk me through?
No.
Walk us through your thought process.
It's going to be.
Honestly, I didn't had that idea having a lot of kids that, they will look after me when I get older. No, I mean, I did it twice, because my first marriage didn't work out.
Okay.
And then the second one, my first one I had 3 and I lost 1. And the second one, I had 4 kids.
Yeah.
That's why, I have a lot of kids. But to me, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's really a blessing. I really love my kids. And then I thank God, for having all of them.
Yeah, no, 100%. But do you think that you knew like what life was going to throw at you through having so many kids? Because I mean, you've been through so much and we have to spend hours and hours recording.
I'm in a documentary.
You're recording a podcast on like everything you've been through. So do you think that you knew like, okay, with like, did you ever have a moment where you had all the small kids and you're like, okay, my life's going to be busy? Or were you just like, oh, okay, it's going to be fine?
Yeah. Honestly, I wasn't prepared. And then, to me, like just told, as I said, like it's a big surprise to me. I never really planned to have like a big family.
Okay.
I came from a big family. My dad was the first of 26 children. And I grew up with my aunt, uncle, thinking that they were our siblings.
Yeah.
And then to me,
Like your cousin?
yeah. So I didn't really plan. I said, I wanted really a small family.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to know what I was hoping. But again, as I said, I'm happy that I did so well. Yeah, I'm going to repeat that over and over. Like to me, it's the huge blessing.
Yeah.
Like having, like a 6 children.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're definitely really blessed. Yeah. You have a lot of, you have kids with a lot of different personalities. Like I always say, if you are someone who knows us maybe a little bit more intimately, or you've met all of my siblings, you'd probably be like, wow, God, interesting choice here, putting all these different people together. But that's what makes the beauty of family.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
No, I truly love that. Okay, Mom. So my question for you is, and I love this because I feel like sometimes I don't get a chance to ask you these questions, but I know like culturally some people don't have the chance to ask their parents these questions, or they don't have that relationship. So I feel like I'm just piggybacking off conversations we have privately, but getting to share it with the world. I remember asking you during my postpartum season, what do you wish more mothers in this generation would do more of, and what do you wish they would do less of?
Okay. So I recall that conversation with you. What I would say, mother of this generation, like you have a lot in mind. I'm gonna explain. So, you want to build a family. You striving, like to meet your career goal, and then beside that, you're forgetting about your own, like yourself. And then to me, my time, it was easy, like we were prepared, like to be a mother at home. We were not prepared. We were not prepared. Stay home mom. We're not prepared, like to chase, like career. I mean, education going fighter. And then you guys, you have all those things. It's not really easy to combine, like a motherhood, career, and self. It's too much. So, I mean, what you need to do, I mean, you have really to decide, what is, what I want to do first. If I want to do a family, I will, do one thing at a time. And then after you're done, maybe you can pursue a career. And then do not forget, to look after self. Because, it's more important, because if, like monthly you do not fit, you won't be able, to achieve, all the goal that you set for your life.
No, I think that's like really important. And I like that you're saying like self, because when we were talking earlier and we were talking about motherhood, you talked about like selflessness, right? Like how you felt that was something that you had to like do. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Like, do you feel when you first became a mom, whether there was chapter 1 or chapter like your first marriage, but your second marriage, do you feel like your focus was just, I have to be selfless, and that's that? Like, did you forget yourself? And then when did you change that?
Yeah, honestly, like it's something, like I wasn't aware. And then, if you ask me now, back then I didn't think, about selfless. It's only, like I wanted, like my kids to be better.
Yeah.
I just, like if you let yourself, you're looking after your children, like you worried, what they're gonna be tomorrow, what they're gonna eat, what, like, and then you forget about yourself. And then I realized that, sometimes, it's not a good thing to do. I know you need to think about yourself also. Otherwise, like you won't have really strength even, like to look after, your kids or to look after your own family.
Yeah.
So it's important, you need to ask for help. Like you need, like to delegate.
Yes.
You cannot really do everything alone. We have an African saying is, one finger cannot wash your face. I mean, you need to wash your face with your 5 fingers. That means, you need help.
Can you say it in our language?
Musapi moko e sokola kilongite. Oza besoin ya msapi nyonso mitano po osokole longi. Yeah. No, and that's when you need to delegate. You cannot do everything alone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so another thing that I want to ask Mom, just on like the topic of like, being a mom, learning how to like take care. One of the things I think that we have seen like with you, you're the oldest sibling, oldest daughter, right, in your family?
Yeah.
The eldest daughter. And I've heard so many of your different siblings call you like, the second mom, right? And one thing that I've noticed, especially in Congolese families, I saw it with Leslie. I see it with, our other older sister as well. Shout out to Yagiran, is a lot of times in like the African family, the eldest daughter is like you're seen as like the second mom, They're like
They're like an au pair.
yeah, like assistant. Like it's almost like the assistant to the parent, like the chief and staff, chief of staff of the family. And I know you've experienced that, but do you feel that that is something that has impacted you positively or negatively?
Well, our time.
Yeah.
Like it still continue, like, even Leslie did that, Yagidan did that. Like being, a big sister, especially you basically, like a step in your mom, like a
Place.
like they look after you, you're the one gonna help your sibling, you cook, you bath them, you have them homework, that you become the second mom in the house. So it in another, positive way to help you to learn, how to be a mom. And then when you're mom, you already use, to do those kind of things. But negatively, like it's a lot, because your sibling, you still guide them. Like you're really doing the work that your parents supposed to do. And sometimes, your sibling will confining you instead of confining the parent. Like they feel like, you're a shoulder to cry on. They will lean on you. It's a lot of responsibility. At a younger age, you learn how to do all those things. But it's preparing you for life. But at one point, you get tired. Like you don't really, I didn't really enjoy, like my youth.
Yeah.
Because, like my kid, my mate, and we go play. But, I have to, my mom is not home. I have to go cook.
Yeah.
I have to bring, my sibling, like to have them from homework. I go to place and then Leslie did that too. And Yagilin did that too.
No, that was my next question. It was like, do you like relate?
100. You're all so annoying. No. Here's the thing. I think, even though the question wasn't directed at me, I do think in the season, like, how we grew up, like we didn't have much, and it's you kind of learn at a young age, and I think all of us, but when you're the eldest, there's a level of it's like it's teamwork.
Yeah.
It's teamwork makes the dream work. And the way I look at it, what it taught me is, okay, mom goes to work. Mom, this is back in the day, people, before you freak out. But I remember mom would leave me money to go pay the rent. Like cash. I had no business, but she didn't have time to make it from from her job where she left super early in the morning, right? And
taking the bus,
right? And going downtown Edmonton, and then, making an attempt to offer to pay the rent. It was either, well, you're the oldest, you're responsible enough to go pay the rent, or else we don't have a roof over our head. And it's like you learn to be responsible, in that sense. And it's like, if I don't go to work or if I lose my job, now we really have problems, right? So I feel that now that I'm a mom, it equipped me with certain skill sets that you can only learn by going through them. I don't think I would have learned any other way. Helping mom with all of you, good old Clairview. It was just the way. So I think in the moment, I will, to mom's credit, she was really sensitive about making sure I still had a childhood. Like, everything she was doing. I remember I still played soccer. I hung out with my friends, but I had a responsibility to, support the fam. So support the family in like my role, like, where I am in the birth order. So, which makes me think of, mom, when it comes to motherhood, I know obviously it evolves. Do you think, as a mom, you, like we said, over 40 years, okay, like that's a long time. Do you think being a mom, does it get easier, or do you think it gets harder?
Wow. You know, like a motherhood, it's a long life journey. It's not something you might say, okay, my kids are now they're young adults, I'm done. Because some of the young adults, they still guidance. You know, you still really need, like to walk them through. And I cannot say, it's easy task now that the kids are grown up. You know, there are different challenges at different age. It never ends.
Oh, so much to look forward to.
No.
What?
And I would like to say that I feel that I will take credit. I'm giving myself credit because I feel like I always used to say that. I'm the outspoken kid a little bit, as they tried to, kind of say earlier. But I would always say that. I would always say that, like, mom, you're not, just because we're older, it doesn't mean that you're done being a mom. You're still our mom. And you'd be like, oh, yes, Laura. Yes, Laura. Okay, yes. No, but you know what? No, I see that. I see that with you. Like, I see how you're still like mothering us in one way or the other. But I think it's different now because I think we're older. There's so many more things we can understand that, like, maybe when we were younger, we didn't understand. And we weren't getting it, and we were just, especially I'll speak for myself, like I was so frustrated. I feel like I was a frustrated kid because I was like, no, like I should have this and life should be like this and this and this, I had all these like expectations, unmet expectations. So I think now that you're older and you learn things and you also get to understand your parents, I think for me, and that's one thing Leslie taught me, I'll say Leslie would always like tell me, our parents, like, they're humans too, like us, sometimes, like, I think I used to look at our parents as like, okay, you guys are just like these two perfect beings that just have to give me everything, and that's that. And I think like her, and I'll even say like my other brother too, like he really helped kind of reshape like my focus and not have this like very entitled like view, because I kind of had an entitled view. I mean, I still do stand by some of my beliefs, but at least I was able to but at least I was able to like give grace, and my next, actually, what I want to ask now is, okay, you talked about how parenthood, there's challenges at every stage, but are you currently, like, are you enjoying the season of motherhood?
My season right now is the best one.
You know that?
Well, yeah, it's the best one, the motherhood, because I'm not dealing with you guys. I'm dealing with my God's face. It's the best time. Some stuff I didn't do for you guys.
Yeah.
Like
We don't know you.
Yeah.
We don't know you when you're with our children.
Yeah. So, and then I'm correcting, like on the process. You gotta hear me here. Like when that's were young, I was really stressed out. Like being a single mom, like jobs, school, it wasn't really easy.
Yeah.
I was on the go, run. You were
See, you understand me, right?
Yeah,
You get me.
So now
You were rigid.
No, now I'm more laid back. You chill,
Yeah.
and then I'm chilling. Like this is not the best season of my life.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I love it. And like, we're your friends. Do you feel like we're your friends?
we are friends.
We are.
Yeah.
You used to tell us that je suis pas ton ami. But now, like, girl, like, I'm your friend. Like, I do your hair and makeup. You know what I mean? I do your bookings. Like, I mean, your makeup bookings. I know Leslie does the other serious bookings. And then
I have another best friend who's staying in Ottawa. So best friend, like I miss my shots.
yeah, no. So I think like we're all your friends now.
Yeah,
And I think that that's like a really, like, that's one thing, at least, like when I see how we are with you now, that's like, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm looking forward. I mean, I'm a new mom, so like my son isn't even one yet, but I'm looking forward to, Kai and the other kids, by God's grace, being friends with them, because I think like it's sweet. It looks sweet. It looks really sweet. Yeah. I hope that, God gives me grace so I could be like you.
You will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you just touched on something. I mean, I am speaking on your behalf, but you literally didn't even mention this for yourself. Like, our mom went, like, the advice she's giving, like, she lived it. He just reminded me, I don't know if you were young enough to remember, but my mom, literally, I watched her go to work full time, and then I went to my mom's college graduation.
Yes, at 8.
Yeah, at 8.
Shout out to Nate.
And my mom went back to school because she was unhappy with the way things were going. We're first generation. And I remember she went back to school, took a program so she could get a better job, make more money, somehow taking care of 3 kids at the time. And
her family in Congo.
yes,
Like,
and we'll get into that.
that's for like episode 2.
But truth be told, like she literally did all those things and she reinvented herself so that she could get more out of life. So
And she's rebranded herself so many times after that. Like,
yeah, so
you should be so proud of yourself.
I am.
Yeah.
good.
Good.
Okay.
For you, girl.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm so confident. What's going on?
No, it's good. She's like a calm force, mom.
Yes, as you are.
She's a calm force.
But yeah, I just thought about that when you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through a lot together, girl.
We did.
Okay.
You came a long way.
Yeah. We've come from a really long way. And I hope, like my hope, before we did this, because I kind of mentioned to you guys, mom, you're very like, you're kind of timid, you're kind of shy. But my hope, I'm going to say this on camera, my hope is that like, with time, whether it's like through this platform or any platform, and I've like Leslie's told you this, I've told you this, like you need to share your story. You have such a
I'm getting the rights to your story.
you have a deep story.
Important.
You have such a powerful story. And there's so many like layers to it. And like we just dived into not even we just scratched the surface, but I hope that in due time that that's something that you really share, because honestly God has done like amazing things in your life, but you also have so much to share, and like so much people could learn from like your story and your testimony, and just like they will just instantly love you because of how much like you've been able to like overcome.
It's not even about instantly loving you. It's very inspirational.
But it's also instantly loving.
Yes, that's natural. Yeah, everybody loves Mama Rose. But just whatever you're navigating in life, that it's literally just at a season. Nothing's permanent.
Yeah.
And you're the definition of that. Like if I had, nothing is permanent on a shirt, your picture would be right there. Like, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So was this a good one? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did really enjoy it. At first I was kind of, oh my God, I'm another police.
Yeah.
I was a little bit, like nervous.
Nervous?
Well, so.
we told you it's just a conversation.
Is it crazy how
We're just taking our private conversations publicly,
putting it on the world? Yeah. No, thank you so much, Mom. Thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this with us. And we hope you'll come back.
Oh, well.
For part 2. And our next time has to be a bit more juicier.
Hi. We have come to the finale of season 1 of Mothers in the Middle, and I am so grateful for every watch. This project was born right in this room. I wanted to be able to bring women from all walks of life that I have met to talk about the conversations we're having in private and bring it to the public. My sister and I endeavored to do this project, being that we were in different places of motherhood. However, seeing the value of sharing both of our lived experiences and inviting you, the community, to talk about it, join in. We are so looking forward to hearing how you feel about the project. What were your favorite episodes, favorite topics, anything to drum up support so that we can do a season 2. Once again, I just want to thank you for the support. This is a passion project. I am big on giving voice to those who typically do not have a voice, and so grateful to TELUS STORYHIVE for funding such projects so that we can bring those stories to the forefront. We can educate the masses and really do something that I truly believe in, which is there's more that connects us than separates us. I'm genuinely asking for you to tell a friend about this project so that they can have a listen, learn, be edified, but the amount of wisdom that is dropped by all our amazing guests. Until next time.